Hello, everyone. Welcome to our educational webinar performed by IVMED Medical Center specialists and specialists from IVMED Family Agency. We are glad to see you that you are joining our webinar. My name is Irina Doroshenko. I'm a medical specialist from IVMED Family Agency and IVMED Clinic, and today I will moderate this webinar. Our today's topic is frequently asked questions about surrogacy programs at IVMED Family Agency and IVMED Clinic. As far as we know, you have a lot of questions connected with surrogacy process, how we perform our programs, how we care about surrogates, and today I will hope that you will receive all the answers. I want to introduce today's speakers. It's Nadiia Melenevska, Ph.D. in biology, head of International Department of Customer Servicing at Medical Center IVMED and director at IVMED Family Agency, Surrogacy Agency, and Nataliia Radchenko, Ph.D. in biology, head of Oocyte Donor and Surrogate Mothers Coordination Department. And today, Nadiia Melenevska, she is also our medical coordinator. She will help us with translations during the webinar. I just want to remind you that we have our general chat. Despite of our questions that you will see in our presentations, please feel free to ask any questions. We will answer at the end of the presentation. I think we can start. And the first question that we received from you is how long does the entire process take and start to finish? I think it's Nadiia, it's the question to you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for your interest in our webinars. The question regarding how long takes the whole process of surrogacy program, we can advise you that it may take about 1.5 years. Starting from the IVF cycle, all documents preparation, and then embryo transfer to surrogate mother. If to calculate in some ideal case, it may take 1 year, but we should take into account that sometimes will be needed for searching for surrogate candidate, and then we should match all time frames which are convenient for intended parents and for surrogate mother. Also, if the program includes egg donation cycle, we should also add some time for egg donor stimulation, matching egg donor's menstrual period. So it may a little bit impact on the whole time which will be needed for the whole process. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, is there a waiting time for surrogates or egg donor?
The same question, similar to the previous. So usually we declare that we can propose you candidates for surrogacy within 3 months. If there are some available candidates, it can be, of course, much more faster. But usually we just, again, declare up to 3 months. With egg donors, it depends. It depends on menstrual cycle of egg donor and availability of this egg donor. Perhaps egg donor may be between stimulations. So you will have to wait. For example, if you have chosen this egg donor, which you really liked, and you want to wait for this egg donor, it may take up to 2-3 months for the rest period. If this egg donor is available for stimulation, it depends only on her menstrual cycle.
Okay, thank you for the answer. The next one, are legal fees included in the contract? What are the exact time for us to leave our country, and do you facilitate us with all the correct documents? Nadiia, it's yours.
Of course, there are some parts of surrogacy program which obligatory includes legal services. That is the first step of this program, and that is the final step of this program. As you understand, you should start correctly surrogacy program. Our lawyers will check all your documents because it is very important on final steps to check whether all your documents like marriage certificates, your other documents correspond to the requirements of your country when you will leave the country with the child, from requirements of your embassy. And also there should not be problems with registering baby in registry office after childbirth. That is why our lawyers check carefully all documents. During the program, we follow the advices of partner lawyers or our lawyers. Depends on some specific of legislation of different countries. And we collect all needed documents up to the final stage. On final stage, again, both can be it can be work of our lawyers, it can be the partner lawyers involved. All their services are included in our contract, no matter which country it is. And of course, it depends which fees do you mean. For example, fee for registration of the child, some apostille making, it is included. If your embassy will need some fees, just extra payments for their processing of documents inside the embassy, yes, it is additional, but it's not so sufficient payments that will impact on a program price. And what the exit time? Again, it depends on your country. For example, these questions more frequently come to us from Irish couples. And for Irish couples, we can confirm that the exit process may take, if all documents are in order, it may take up to 1.5 months. Actually, it can be faster, but usually we say that it is up to 1.5, and we never had some delays after this term.
Okay, thank you. The next question, how long has the clinic been in operation? What is your success rate?
The clinic was founded 7 years ago. Since that time, we successfully work and provide patients with all kinds of IVF programs, with own cells, with egg donation. We also recently added to our services modern techniques like prenuclear transfer, mitochondrial donation, spindle transfer, which help in some cases when it is not possible to take blastocyst culture in couples, but they want to save their and to transfer their genetic material to embryos. And the success rate in our programs with egg donation in surrogacy programs about 85%. This is we calculated due to 2 attempts of embryo transfer, and with own cells and surrogacy about 80%.
Okay, thank you. The next one, are there clinic success rates with rates with live births? Nadiia?
Again, as you can see, it is 82%, quite high, and we are proud of this result.
Okay. Um, the next one, what if there is a breakdown in the process? What happens if the embryo transfer fails? What happens if there is a miscarriage? What happens if we decide to abort the baby due to expected poor quality of life? A couple of questions.
Mhm. So about the breakdown in the process, what happens if embryo transfer fails? As we understand, this question can be explained in both ways. So we have two types of programs. One type of program that is standard programs, and the second type of programs that is guaranteed programs. In guaranteed programs, we consider that we perform transfers one by one until we get the result live child. And in case if in guaranteed program embryo transfer fails, so we move to the next embryo transfer. If all embryos are gone in this program, so we repeat the IVF cycle and proceed with transfers. In standard programs, it depends on your conditions. Usually, standard program includes 2 embryo transfers attempts. If you want to add some options, if you want to proceed with embryo transfers, you just need to pay additionally for the next embryo transfer. So again, it depends on the program type. What happens if there is a miscarriage? Again, if there is a miscarriage, in a standard program, you sign documents with not only contract with clinic, with surrogacy agency, you sign also notary contract with surrogate mother. This contract considers that, for example, in standard program, you cover the compensation to surrogate mother, which is currently from 200 euro, if that was just usage of medication for abortion, and or abortion or miscarriage. For example, if there was a miscarriage which needed hospitalization of surrogate mother, we cover, on behalf of parents' name, we cover 500 euro. All these expenses are included in standard program as additional service, as additional compensations to surrogate mother. In guaranteed program, these expenses are being covered by agency. Again, there will be medical expenses also for hospitalization, but these risks are included in program, both types. What happens if we decide to abort a baby due to expected poor quality of life? This question is not so simple, and again, depends on the case. Only medical commission can confirm that baby is really has poor quality of life, expected poor quality of life. So this commission, the special independent medical commission, which after consideration of medical reports, ultrasound report, screening reports, blood screening reports, biochemical tests, they confirm that yes, really it somehow has no sense to proceed this pregnancy. So in this case, after confirmation, yes, it is possible to make abortion. All other cases should be again considered if something happened, if it is earlier than 20 weeks. So medical doctor in fertility center may decide to make abortion if it is earlier term of pregnancy.
Okay, thank you. The next one, do you medically screen surrogates for diseases and mental health issues? How intensive is this screening? This question will be to Natalia. Nadiia, please help us with translation.
Вы проверяете медицинским образом суррогатных матерей на наличие болезней и проблем с ментальным здоровьем? Насколько обширным является этот скрининг?
Добрый день, рада принимать участие в нашем семинаре и ответить на ваши вопросы. Клиника IVMED проводит очень тщательное медицинское обследование наших кандидатов. Поэтому, когда мы предлагаем вам суррогатную маму, вы можете быть уверены, что она очень тщательно обследована на все возможные гинекологические заболевания, которые могут вызвать проблемы с беременностью, и спокойно с ней сотрудничать.
Hello, I'm very happy to be present today at this webinar and to answer your most frequently asked questions. So in IVMED Clinic, we do perform a very extensive screening of the surrogate mothers, and when we offer you a candidate, this is already extensively investigated surrogate mother, and we are sure that she has no diseases or any mental health issues, so you can be sure that when you accept the offered candidate, she is a healthy person.
Так. Следующий вопрос.
Next question. Do you offer psychological assessments for surrogates? Natalia, also to you.
Вы предоставляете психологическую оценку состояния суррогатных матерей?
Конечно. Во-первых, кандидатом суррогатной мамы стать может женщина, которая принесла нам специальный сертификат от психиатра, который оценку, этот сертификат дают наши государственные специализированные учреждения. Что касаемо психологической помощи суррогатным мамам, у нас координаторы имеют навыки психолога и всегда готовы помочь суррогатной маме. При необходимости мы можем предоставить профессиональную помощь психолога.
Of course, we offer a psychological assessment for the surrogate mothers. The candidates to the surrogacy are expected to provide with the medical certificate from the psychiatrist to prove that they have no psychiatric issues. What is more, we offer psychologist consultations, so we assess the state of the surrogate mothers. Our personal coordinators also have a psychological background, so if there's any need for any psychological assistance, our coordinators are always ready to talk to the surrogate mother.
Thank you. The next, do you offer a guaranteed baby program, and if so, how much does it cost? Nadiia, please.
Yes, we offer guaranteed programs, as I told above, and again, the cost of this program, we have the option of standard, so to say, standard guaranteed program. It is 48,000 euro. This program includes unlimited attempts of embryo transfers and until live childbirth. And the second type is combined type of programs when, for example, intended parents want to try for the last time their own stimulation to get their cells for IVF, and they have an option just to transfer first before moving to egg donation program, transfer their own embryos, and then they move to guaranteed egg donation program. The cost of this program is 50,000 euro. So the question, we don't want to be liable to cover the medical cost for our surrogate if things go wrong. Preeclampsia, how do we ensure any unexpected medical costs for the surrogates are covered by our insurance? You should understand one thing, there are no such special insurances in Ukraine. If somebody proposes you insurance, it is local insurance provided by your services supplier. So, for example, in our programs, all medical expenses for hospitalizations of surrogate mother and their emergency treatment are included in our programs. Unexpected, again, all medical costs can be unexpected. You cannot predict what will happen. So we just understand the general average level of expenses for medical expenses and include it in programs. We sign, what is the fee payment structure? Fee payment structure, again, for the program, it is divided to 4 steps. First step, that is the signing of contract, and this payment should be done before we start providing services. For example, IVF cycle. Then the next payment step, it will be only approximately on 4th week when we confirm with ultrasound checkup that there is really pregnancy detected. So you don't pay something that you don't understand. The third step, it is approximately on 22nd week, because after that there is no way back. And if we perform the screening, we confirm during the second big screening that the fetus develops normally. We proceed with this pregnancy. So that is the third payment step. And the final payment step, that is after delivery, when you have your documents prepared, exit documents prepared, so you just pay the final step. That is for medical contract and for support contract. Regarding surrogate mother, you just pay the final step, the final compensation. All other payments are included in payment steps within medical and support contracts. And also depends on requirements of embassies. We divide the final payment to, for example, final amount of final payment plus 1,000, which this final 1,000 euro, for example, will be paid to surrogate mother after completion of all documents preparation, exit process. And what are the hidden costs? Again, it depends what you mean regarding hidden costs. We announce to our patients all possible costs that they can spend during the program. Usually, all of them are included in our programs. We give them a list of additional services that they may need within this program. Usually, it is quite rare that there should be something specific that you have to pay. And anyway, all expenses will be agreed with you in advance. There will not be such situation that we just did something and tell you that please pay for this these extra costs, but you even did not know about them. So that is excluded. Let's move to next slide. Okay, do you have to pay additional surrogate do you have to pay additional surrogate expenses? If so, what are these for? Are they included in our contract? Again, it depends on standard or guaranteed program type. Additional expenses, we consider that additional expenses in standard program, that is the compensation to surrogate mother for miscarriages, and there are some for clothes on 5th month, and there are a category of additional payments in the end of the contract performance. For example, if there are cesarean section, if there are loss of organ, risk of loss of organ, and twin pregnancy, you pay additionally these compensations. These final additional compensations should be paid anyway in any type of program, guaranteed or standard. In guaranteed program, you have only these additional final extra payments, but you do not have these extra payments during contract for miscarriages, for close, etc., etc. That is responsibility of agency. We cover these costs. Are legal fees included in contract? Yes. Does the contract cover payment to the surrogate if they have a miscarriage or hysterectomy? Again, yes. As I told above, in standard program, we cover cost for medical expenses. You cover cost for miscarriages. In guaranteed program, we cover both costs. Thank you.
The next question, why should we work with your clinic surrogacy agency?
Yes, that is a common question, very popular. If you can, we move to the next page. I can little bit explain what's the difference, because you should understand there can be different providers of the support part of medical programs. For example, you can turn to agency, separate agency, and ask them to match for your clinic, maternity hospital, etc. Some separate services. All agencies work in different manner. Some of them just offer you the cost for their services, and then you just pay due to invoices that they issue for you regarding to money that were spent. Maybe this payment plan is convenient for you, but if to consider, sometimes it is not. When you pay a package price, you understand that, for example, your agency has a strong limited task to provide services within some standard budget. It makes easier the work of agency, and it is more effective in providing services. So purchasing a package, for example, in some kind of agencies who provide such services, you can also consider, for example, the responsibilities of this agency. Of course, agency should be registered, proven organization. You can check their references of their clients. It can be even new agency, but again, it depends how you can trust them. But if there is a clinic agency, it means that that is a reliable organization which understands what does the arrangement and standards, arrangement of work and standards of work, what it is. We know that there is a time scheduling. There should be strongly arranged work of coordinators, of lawyers. There should be a standard for answering, time for answering your question. How we are responsible to provide some services for your surrogate mother, because unfortunately, due to this quarantine measures, there was some difficulties with providing services for surrogates because there was lockdown with transport, public transport, and transport between cities. And we have heard about different unpleasant references regarding that some agencies refuse to proceed services providing for surrogates. So that is a bad standard of work. It is impossible in our organization. And if you have heard something regarding something maybe not pleasant regarding the work of other agencies, clinic agencies, it doesn't mean that IVMED clinic agency also has some spoiled standard of work. So you can hear references from our clients regarding how fast we react, how effectively we react, how we support our patients. It is completely different. So we keep our promises, and you just can check it. You're welcome to check it. If there is some members of our agency team. You can see we have a strong structure, we have a senior coordinator, we have coordinators who are whose work are strongly controlled, and this team, they are multilingual, and they can support patients in different using different languages. Iram, can you just move? Yeah, there's some Chinese, German, French, Italian, Spanish languages. They are available for your support. And beautiful team of our coordinators for surrogate mothers. They are very active and active girls. They ready to be involved in any particular case with surrogate mother. And Nataliia, who is a speaker today, she is the head of this department, and she coordinates also the work of these coordinators, and she is personally responsible for pregnant surrogates. So we trust Nataliia from all our heart, and she is a really proven person in this field. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question, how do you match surrogates to IPs? Will you give us options? Наталья, please.
Следующий вопрос. Как вы подбираете суррогатных матерей к биородителям? Будут ли какие-то варианты?
Конечно, у нас всегда, мы стараемся, чтобы для наших пациентов всегда был выбор. Суррогатных мам, кандидатов действительно очень много, но проходят не все, так как у нас очень жесткое медицинское обследование женщин.
We're always trying very hard so that you have a choice, but their surrogate mothers have to pass a lot of examinations and a lot of very strict examinations, so a lot of candidates can, it is possible that a lot of candidates do not pass all the necessary exams.
И из-за высокого спроса у пациентов суррогатных мам выбирают обычно очень быстро. Но мы стараемся все-таки, чтобы у наших пациентов был выбор. И, Надия?
Because of the high demand, the surrogate mothers are usually accepted into the programs really fast, because people are willing to accept a candidate as soon as possible, but we still do our best to offer our clients a choice.
Но если даже вам предложили одного кандидата, вы можете быть абсолютно уверены, что вам предлагают суррогатную маму абсолютно здоровую, физически, психически, которая способна выносить вам здорового, крепкого малыша.
Still, even if you're offered only one surrogacy candidate, there is no need to worry, because this means that this candidate has passed all the extended examinations, all the analysis, and that this person is healthy physically and mentally, and is completely able to give birth to a healthy child.
И каждого кандидата в суррогатные мамы, каждую женщину на возможность ее вступления в программу после завершения обследования утверждает консилиум докторов во главе с главврачом.
Each surrogate mother to be accepted as a surrogate mother into the program has to be approved by a commission of doctors. So there are a couple of doctors who make this decision, and the final decision is always made by our head doctor.
Следующий вопрос.
Okay. Yeah, I will continue. Where do the surrogates live whilst they are pregnant?
Где живут суррогатные мамы во время беременности?
Ну, как правило, до 22-26 недели беременности они живут у себя дома по месту жительства.
As a rule, up to the 22nd to 26th week of pregnancy, the surrogate mothers live at their own homes with their families.
После этого срока они переезжают в Киев на съемные квартиры.
After that period of time, they move to Kiev to live in the apartments provided by us.
Если по каким-либо причинам, по медицинским показателям, суррогатную маму необходимо перевести в Киев ближе к нашим докторам на более ранних сроках, безусловно, мы это делаем.
If there are any medical reasons or indication that a surrogate mother requires any special attention earlier on during the pregnancy, we organize the surrogate mothers to move to Kiev on earlier stages of the pregnancy.
Если же беременность у нас одноплодная, беременность протекает нормально, и девочка живет, суррогатная мама живет недалеко от Киева, и есть возможность, например, на машине личной добираться, чтобы ее возили, добираться к нам в клинику, то при разрешении доктора мы можем перевозить ее в Киев со срока там 30-32 недели.
If the surrogate mother has a single pregnancy, and if she lives near Kiev or in Kiev, and if she is able to reach Kiev safely in a personal car, so if transportation is no problem, then it is possible to allow her to move to Kiev at the 30th or 32nd weeks of pregnancy.
Для безопасности беременных суррогатных мам, как правило, мы селим их по двое, для того, чтобы всегда была возможность второму человеку к нам обратиться, если вдруг случилась какая-то непредвиденная ситуация.
For surrogate mother's own safety, we usually arrange them into the apartments by two, so they're together, and in case one surrogate mother has any predicament or any unexpected circumstances, the second surrogate mother can always contact the coordinator to let them know of the problem.
Если же необходимо суррогатной маме, если она переезжает с семьей или с детками, мы предоставляем ей отдельную квартиру.
In case the surrogate mother prefers to move to Kiev with her family, with her children, then of course we provide a separate apartment for her.
Следующий вопрос.
Thank you.
The next, what is the social background of the surrogates? Are they married? Do they already have children? Have they been surrogates before? Did they go to university? A couple of questions together.
Какой в основном у суррогатных матерей социальный статус? Замужем ли они? Есть ли у них дети? Были ли они ранее суррогатными матерями? Ходили ли они в университет?
Суррогатные мамы у нас абсолютно разные. Вот. Это могут быть женщины, имеющие высшее образование, так и не имеющие высшего образования.
The surrogate mothers are a very different people, and they have different social backgrounds. There can be people with higher education, or those can be people without higher education. It really depends on the personal case of the surrogate mother.
Из 30 суррогатных мам, кандидатов в суррогатные мамы, к нам доходит до вступления в программу только одна женщина.
Out of the 30 possible surrogacy candidates that come to our clinic willing to become surrogate mothers, statistically, only one of them becomes a surrogate mother and enters the program.
Поэтому наши суррогатные мамы, даже если без высшего образования, которые не заканчивали университеты, но это женщины, которые способны выполнять все рекомендации и назначения докторов.
This means that even if they don't have higher education, if they didn't go to the university, they're still they are the people who are able to follow all the doctor's instruction and who are conscientious enough to carry out all the medications and are able to give birth to a healthy child.
Также по законодательству Украины суррогатной мамой стать может только та женщина, у которой есть хотя бы один ребенок. Поэтому у наших суррогатных мам обязательно есть свои детки.
According to Ukrainian legislation, only a woman who already has at least one child can become a surrogate mother. So all of the IVMED's medical surrogate mothers already have at least one child.
Также суррогатные мамы могут быть замужем, а могут быть и незамужние женщины.
Surrogate mothers can be both married or unmarried.
Следующий вопрос.
Next question, please.
How do you ensure the surrogate is alcohol, smoke, and drug-free during her pregnancy?
Каким образом вы проверяете, что суррогатная мама не употребляет алкоголь, не курит и не пользуется наркотическими средствами во время беременности?
Сначала до вступления в программу все кандидаты в суррогатные мамы предоставляют нам сертификат от нарколога, что они не употребляют наркотики и не употребляют алкоголь.
Before entering the program, all surrogate mothers provide us with the certificate from the narcologist that they don't use any alcohol or drugs.
Также с момента вступления в программу мы производим независимые, неожиданные экспресс-тесты.
Once the program has already started, we carry out express tests, random express tests, so the surrogate mothers don't know when this testing is going to happen.
Также при вступлении в программу с каждой кандидаткой в суррогатные мамы оговаривается, что она осознает то, что она не должна употреблять эти вещества на протяжении всей беременности до окончания программы.
Also, before entering the program, there's a conversation that we carry out with the surrogate mother that we make her understand that alcohol, smoking, and drug abuse is not acceptable during the program, and that it's not possible to do it, and we make sure that she is aware of that.
Thank you.
The next, we do not want to be liable to pay for medical costs to care for a premature baby. How do we ensure our insurance will cover this in our contract? Is full NICU all medical costs included if required for early birth when the baby is born? Please, Nadiia.
We can move to the next slide.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Just to explain more. Yes, that is a quite frequent request from our potential patients if we could provide this type of insurance. Again, there is no such special insurance, for example, existing in Ukraine, but following this request, we decided to include in our surrogacy programs the covering of this intensive care nursery expenses, and we offer to our intended parents the insurance on the following conditions. We cover in guaranteed programs, in unlimited amount, premature, regardless, premature or mature born child. We cover unlimited medical care for the term of stay in Kiev, and it just depends on pregnancy. If that is a twin pregnancy, we cover only up to 5,000 euro. And in case if it is single pregnancy, you should understand that the risk for twin pregnancy is much higher regarding early births. And for single pregnancy, we cover in unlimited manner. If you purchase a standard program, in standard program, we do not include insurance for NICU, but you can purchase it separately for 2,500 euro, and there will be the same conditions as I told about. Thank you.
Okay. We continue. The next question. What happens if the surrogate unexpectedly goes into labor at 2 a.m.? Natalia, please.
Что происходит, если суррогатная мама внезапно начинает рожать в 2 часа ночи?
Это один из моих любимых вопросов.
It's one of Natalia's favorite questions.
На самом деле вопрос действительно очень серьезный. У нашей суррогатной мамы всегда есть несколько телефонов, по которым она может обратиться в случае, если ей необходима помощь.
But to be serious, this is a very important question, and the surrogate mother usually has a couple of phone numbers that she can use in emergencies.
И это не обязательно роды. Даже если просто ее что-то смущает в ее состоянии, меняется ощущение, самочувствие, давление, восприятие, все что угодно, она звонит координатору.
It's not necessarily the labor, so if the surrogate mother feels any differences in her state, if she feels any discomfort, if the tension changes, if she has any changes in her feelings, in her comfort, then she's expected to contact her personal coordinator.
Также она может обратиться в клинику или к доктору.
She can also contact the clinic or the doctor directly.
Также она может обратиться и в скорую помощь, которая ее госпитализирует либо в указанный роддом, если это роды, либо по состоянию просто в ближайший роддом для оказания ей медицинской помощи.
She also has the contacts of the emergency services. So in case she needs urgent assistance, she can call the ambulance, and she will be hospitalized in the maternity hospital if it's labor, or if it's any other problems, then she will be hospitalized into the respective institution.
В любом случае, что бы ни происходило с нашей суррогатной мамой, с наступлением у нее беременности и до окончания программы, у нее всегда есть несколько вариантов телефонов, чтобы она в любое время суток могла обратиться за помощью.
In any case, the most important thing is that whatever happens to her, whatever predicaments she faces, she has several phone numbers, and she can be sure that she will reach help in a very short time, and she will be held.
Как правило, если суррогатная мама замужем, и мы берем телефон и мужа, то есть или подруги, мамы, каких-то ближайших родственников на случай чего, чтобы мы имели контакт для того, чтобы помочь суррогатной маме.
In case the surrogate mother is married, we also take the husband's contact details. Or it can also be the surrogate mother's mother or a friend or any close people to her, so that we can also have additional contacts in case we need to get hold of her family.
Okay, thank you. To what extent is contact encouraged between the surrogate and the intended parents?
В какой степени позволен контакт между суррогатными мамами и биологическими родителями?
Ни нашим суррогатным мамам, ни пациентам мы не запрещаем общаться.
So from the side of the clinic, there's no prohibition in terms of communication between the surrogate mother and the intended parents.
Если пациенты хотят общаться со своей суррогатной мамой при согласии обеих сторон, они могут общаться столько, сколько хотят.
if the surrogate, if the intended parents have such a desire, and if the surrogate mother has nothing against it, it is possible to that the surrogate mother and the intended parents are in constant communication, and there are no limitations to that.
Также, если по каким-либо причинам, например, по причине незнания языка, вы не сможете общаться со своей суррогатной мамой, мы на протяжении всей беременности все равно фотографируем вам суррогатную маму, присылаем видео УЗИ вашего малыша, то есть в любом случае вы будете с ней контактировать.
In case there are linguistic difficulties, if you cannot speak to the surrogate mother directly, during the pregnancy we will send you the photos and videos of the surrogate mother, and also you will regularly receive the ultrasound checkups, ultrasound reports, photos, videos, so you will one way or another you will be in contact with the surrogate mother.
Вы можете абсолютно не переживать, что пропустите какой-то этап развития вашего малыша до появления его на свет. Вы будете вместе с ним расти, двигаться, видеться, слышать вашего малыша на видео, поэтому можете за это не переживать.
This way you don't have to worry that you will miss any stage of the development of your child. You will be with your child at all stages, watching him or her develop through the ultrasound scans and videos, so you will be a part of this program.
Спасибо. Следующий вопрос.
I just want to add a little bit, just if you want to communicate with your surrogate mother, it's absolutely possible to arrange when your surrogate mother visits medical center for some regular checkup. Our coordinator may arrange a Skype interview, Skype conversation. So even if you can communicate directly, again, due to linguistic limitation, but your personal coordinator will always help you with the conversation. Thank you.
Okay. What hospital do you use for the birth, Nadiia?
We can offer to our intended parents a few options. For example, if intended parents want to just purchase a standard package, in our standard package we include the cost for state maternity hospital. Of course, it is one of the best state hospitals, but if you want just to purchase additional option to have delivery in private maternity hospital, it is also possible. We just pay some extra cost for that, and we arrange delivery in some private maternity hospital. But you should understand, if there is a mature childbirth, everything goes to the standard scheme. But if there is a premature delivery, there are no such a big variety of options. There are two medical facilities in Kyiv that are specialized for taking delivery in case of early births, and they are equipped on a quite high level, and they provide caring about these weak children, and they have quite high success rates in helping developing these kids to the at least 2-3 months of their life. So as you understand, there are some limitations, which are some circumstances limited our choice of maternity hospital. But if everything goes to the order, according to the order, yes, you can choose private, or we can just make a standard program with state maternity hospital.
Thank you. Can we be assured not to be offered an RH negative surrogate? Nataliia, please.
Можем ли мы быть уверены, что нам не предложат суррогатную маму с негативным резусом?
Когда мы предлагаем кандидатов суррогатных мам нашим пациентам, мы всегда даем профайл суррогатной мамы, где описано полностью, кто она, сколько у нее детей. Есть так называемый медицинский анамнез.
When we offer our patients the profile of the surrogate mother, there is also some information there about her basic information, her how many children she has, and that sort of information. And also there is a part that's called medical analysis,
В котором указано, сколько родов было у суррогатной мамы, какая у нее группа крови и резус-фактор.
In this section, you can find information about how many childbirth has this mother had, her basic information on her blood group, and the positive or negative RH.
Вы всегда можете, если необходима какая-то дополнительная информация о здоровье кандидата в суррогатной мамы, вы всегда можете ее запросить.
If there's any specific information or any additional information you would like to have about your surrogate mother, it's always possible to make such a request, and our coordinators will provide you with the respective information.
Поэтому любая информация о результатах медицинского обследования кандидата, она абсолютно для вас доступна.
Any results of the medical examination of the candidates to the surrogacy programs is completely available to our patients and can be requested.
Thank you. We have already finished our presentation and our questions. Thank you to all the speakers, Nadiia, Nataliia. Nadiia, for your help. I just need to check questions from our chat. Okay. Okay, so as I understood, you answered all the questions
for today. Anyway, yes, we answered all the questions.
And that's why I hope that our patients satisfied with it, yeah, and now they have information to think about and so on. Okay, so we will finish our webinar. Thank you for your time that you join us. Please join our next webinar on next Friday. We will be glad to see you again. So thank you for your time. Take care and see you next time. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye.